Welcome to the Amiibo Newscast. This week's guest is 8-Bit Eric. And here's your host, Amiibo Jason.
What is going on, Nintendo fans? Welcome to the very first episode of the Amiibo Newscast. I am your host, Jason. You might know me from our Twitter feed at Amiibo News, where we get you guys all the latest up-to-date information about everything in the world of Amiibo. You might know us from our webpage, myamiibonews.com, and we essentially decided that we wanted to do something where we could recap the entire week of everything that happened in the world of Amiibo and Nintendo, so the Amiibo Newscast was born. We have a lot to cover tonight in the world of Amiibo and Nintendo, and there's no way that I'd be able to do it myself, so I'm excited to announce that we have the outstanding 8-Bit Eric with us tonight. You might know him from the Game Chasers. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks a lot for having me on. I didn't know it was the first episode. That's actually pretty awesome. Hopefully everybody enjoys this. I just got into the Amiibo craze, but I already feel like a 20-year veteran when it comes to Amiibos because this thing is everywhere now. If you don't know me, I have a channel on YouTube. I focus on mostly Nintendo stuff. Just started an Amiibo hunting series. So if you want to check it out, just look up 8-Bit Eric on YouTube.
There you are, thinking we're some sort of established podcast, and turns out you're showing up on episode 1. I guess we sort of tricked you.
No, I definitely would have. It's been a while since I've been on a podcast type of thing, so it's time to get started. And I think it's interesting, and I, of course, I see you on Twitter and follow you, all your posts and stuff, and I noticed that you actually were tweeting the guys too, Billy and Jay, so why not?
So for those of you who don't know, Billy and Jay are the Game Chasers. They have a game chasing and game hunting YouTube channel. It's absolutely fantastic if you haven't seen it before, but I've been watching it for quite a long time now, and it's kind of surreal having you here as a guest, just sitting down and seeing your thoughts about Nintendo and Amiibo.
Yeah, it's cool. I met the guys before they even had their first Game Chasers episode out. So I was actually, when they filmed the first episodes with me, that was when they just released their first episode. So when they were filming episode 3, they just released their first episode, and I was there in the car with them when they were getting emails after emails like, so-and-so has subscribed to you. And it was they got like 3 shout outs, like one from Happy Console Gamer, one from Gamester, and I think one from Pat. And that whole weekend, it was just ding, ding, ding. And I was like, man, dude, y'all got it made. Unfortunately, they're still avoiding the Amiibo craze a little bit. Jay has a couple of Amiibos, but he's trying to actually trade them. He actually has the Villager, the Wii Fit Trainer, and Marth.
Oh man, he'll do good with that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what he wants for those, but he's like, nope, I want full credit for whatever they're worth. And I was like, oh, I don't have that. So
yeah, just wait till they get reintroduced, and then he'll have nothing.
Well, hopefully, I keep thinking though, when those 3 get reintroduced, they're going to be in different poses for
like
some
a series
reason.
2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least I would imagine the box would look somewhat different. So
yeah,
I think collectors everywhere would blow their minds if they just re-released everything that was rare. I think Nintendo would kind of do a disservice to themselves if they did that too. So
yeah.
But yeah, talking about rare Amiibo, absolutely crazy news over the past couple weeks, actually. A couple weeks ago, we reported on a gold Amiibo that got leaked on Nintendo's, one of Nintendo's, I think it was like a copyright website. So it showed a gold and a silver Mario Amiibo just kind of hanging out there with no information on what it was and where it was, where it was going to show up. And then a couple weeks, I think it was about a week ago, somebody posted a picture of a Walmart billboard or Walmart sign, something that you see when you walk in, of the gold Mario saying Walmart exclusive. People started going nuts about that. I think yesterday it was, Walmart Canada said that there wasn't going to be a pre-order, and then fast forward to today, there was a pre-order, and everybody went kind of nuts.
Yeah. I think the first tweet I realized was one of yours, and it was pretty early.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like, about 9 a.m. my time, and I was at work, and I was like, man. And I wanted to get it, but right now it's like money's a little tight. But I also like to take my chances Like, I'm thinking maybe I could just wake up early on March 20th and get one. Like, I want to push my luck with that, but it's with these, like, I guess exclusive figures, it's getting ridiculous. Just the other day when Meta Knight came out, like Best Buy opened at 10, and by 10:25 they were sold out completely. And I can assume that this is going to happen with the gold. And aren't they supposed to come out the Silver Mario eventually?
Yeah, nobody's announced where it's going to be. People have said it's going to be a Club Nintendo award. I have no idea where that's going to end up being.
This gold Mario, from the looks of it, it seems like there's going to be a lot more stock than we think there is, because I did notice that the pre-orders are opening and closing. But then I also saw that there's a limit, that Walmart's only limiting people per an order. So if you ordered more than one, you're getting your order canceled. So maybe that's happening too. I'm not sure.
I've seen a lot of people having their orders canceled already this evening.
Yeah,
I think they limited it to 2. And if you ordered more than one order, like if you went back and tried to order 2 more, they would cancel that order. So smart on Walmart's part.
Smart on Walmart. The only concern that I have, and I'm not trying to accuse any employees of any stores, but I'm pretty sure that store employees of stores that have exclusive figures are getting those figures for themselves and selling them for higher demand. Because I've actually read rumor that Target did that with Rosalina. Like some employees got caught doing that.
Yeah.
I forgot where I saw it on the internet, but I wouldn't put it past me that they're doing that, and I don't want Walmart to do that with this golden Mario either, unfortunately.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. I mean, I worked retail. I used to work in Best Buy for a long time, and I was a super fan of Nintendo in general. So anytime we got new stock of anything, it's like I wanted to go and stash one if I could. But yeah, they definitely shouldn't be doing it. What's your opinion on the variant colors of these Amiibo? Now that you have your own Amiibo hunting channel, I know you're an Amiibo collector.
Yeah.
Are you going to be collecting the variants?
I want to, but it's going to be tough. The Golden Mario is one that I want, though.
Yeah.
It's crazy because if you think about it, up until a couple of years ago when Skylanders was created, there was never really like let's rush and go get this action figure type of thing. And now it's like, no matter what the toy is now, it's like they're collectibles before they even come out.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't remember any time in Nintendo's history, aside from a console, maybe like, the 64 or the Wii, that something's been in this demand. And at first, when I saw Amiibos, I was like, you know what? I don't know. This is going to be like Skylanders, but these things have way more steam than Skylanders ever did, to my knowledge. And, I just think it's something else. And it's crazy to see. It's crazy to think about how long this is going to go. Well, as far as variants go, I think that's just going to keep it going even longer. We got the Mario Party, Super Mario Brothers line coming out. That's a whole nother wave of line of characters that we're going to get. I'm pretty sure eventually they're going to have a Pokemon line. That's going to happen.
Scary. That's
going to be like another, at least, the Pokemon that aren't even in Smash Brothers could be created.
Oh, yeah. And I'm guessing that's where they're going to introduce the cards that were rumored. And we're going to talk about the cards in a bit here too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's out of this world. And I think one of the main reasons we're seeing such a huge kind of rush of people and just the overall popularity of this. I think most Nintendo fans, like diehard Nintendo fans, are anywhere between the ages of like 25 to 40. I mean, when I was 5, the NES came out. I'm 29 now. And pretty much we're the people that hopefully have some sort of extra income to put towards these things. So with Skylanders, you saw a lot of people that were trying to get them for their kids because they were the collectors. And for me, it's like, I'm sure if my daughter wanted one, I'd get her one, but these are for me. So
yeah,
it's pretty intense.
Well, that is a good point, because the 1981 to 1990 group of kids that grew up on Nintendo, this is more of our thing, even, and it's strange because there's people that are buying them that don't even have a Wii U or a 3DS. They're just buying them because they look cool on the shelves.
Oh yeah.
I mean, looking behind at your stuff, those look awesome just sitting there. So yeah, you're completely right on that. And it's just now it's almost like it's like hey, I'm gonna get 4 of them and make millions off of it though.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the new thing in retro. It's retro gaming without it being retro already. So
it's intense. I know it's becoming kind of a problem. My wife has mentioned a few times that we have one too many Amiibo coming in, and it seems like every other day a package is coming to the doorstep with another one.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, Gold Mario is coming to Walmart March 20th. They had 3 pre-orders up today.
Wow.
My recommendation would be keep refreshing the page if you don't have a page monitor set up. Chrome has a great page monitor that you can download from the web store. I think it's just called Page Monitor. So that can tell you pretty much when the Gold Amiibo and pretty much the Gold Mario is going to come back up. So I would imagine it's going to be back up at some point.
And if you order, keep your fingers crossed that it doesn't get denied.
Yeah, just order one. Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
So I guess at that point, then we're going from Gold Mario to Wave 4, essentially still not being able to be pre-ordered in the U.S. I'm not sure at this point. I've seen a lot of your Amiibo hunting videos, but I haven't seen your whole collection of Amiibo, and I'm curious how many do you have? Are you looking to get all of them at some point?
I'm trying to not splurge on the ones that I don't want right now. The first one I got was Link because that's the one that I wanted because I guess he seems like he's the Amiibo that has the most, I guess, compatibility.
Oh yeah.
Out of all of them because he has Hyrule Warriors, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart for sure that I know of at this time. And when I was buying Link, the guy behind the counter literally pulled out the box and said, well, I just got this box of Bowser's. Do you want to buy the first one? And I was like, nah. And he goes, are you sure? Because these are going to be hard to find. And I was like, God. All right. Because Bowser was one that I wanted.
Yeah.
But luckily when I bought it, I got it when I got it. Because I could swear for about 2 weeks in my area, I did not see Bowser's. But now Bowser's pretty common now. Shortly after that, I went and my buddy actually told me that there was a Sonic the Hedgehog available at a store nearby, and I just gunned it. It was like a little mom and pop store that sold some Amiibos on the back wall. They hooked me up with that, and then Toys R Us had the 3 for $33.
Oh yeah.
And I went and I picked up Mario, Luigi, and Diddy Kong. So I'm sitting at about. I have a couple of surprises that I haven't shown on video yet. I just spoiled Sonic, but
yeah, I can see him there in the background a bit.
Yeah,
too.
I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I think I have like 8 or 10 Amiibos. I'm not sure, but I kind of had a little 2-3 week addictive phase, and then I had to realize that I had to take care of some bills first. But I get paid tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow. So we never know what the heck I'm going to get tomorrow.
It's scary to me because I collect all of them, and I'm it's become a mad obsession of mine to make sure that I can get every single one of these. It's almost like Pokemon. So the fact that Wave 4 is not available to pre-order here yet is kind of blowing my mind a bit. Every other region had their pre-order up. Japan had theirs up. Europe had theirs up. It's scaring me a bit just to see how fast the Gold Marios went today. Just to see how quickly they went. I'm terrified that they're going to put them up at like 2 a.m. and I'm going to miss it.
And these don't have like official release dates. It's whenever the merchandiser, the retail store wants to put them up, right?
Yeah, and I heard it was going to be somewhere in mid-April. I've heard people say April 20th. But for the U.S., it never seems like we have anything official. So I'd imagine it's going to be like 2 or 3 waves like we've seen with the others.
And see, I think that's what happened with Sonic, and I think a couple of those characters is that they were just coming out staggered, and there was no like official announcement. Because when I got my Sonic the Hedgehog, some stores did not get him until a week or 2 later. So it's like some stores are getting them earlier and just putting them out there. And that's what's making it hard, because it's not like, the store exclusives, I would say they're a little bit more easier to track.
Yeah.
Because you know where they're at and you could kind of just stick to that. But, I can imagine with this Wave 4, because Pac-Man's going to be one of them, right?
Yep, Pac-Man.
He's definitely going to be one that people are going to be trying to take more than one of, because I guess the whole of he's not a Nintendo character is I guess the gimmick with it that people are going to use, similar to Sonic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Ness
who
is going to go nuts. So Ness is one, and that's the one that people are terrified is going to sell out the most.
Yeah.
I get that because I think people just obviously associate Ness with Earthbound's Rarity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be the one that's going to be bought up the fastest. But without a pre-order in sight, I'm just a tad bit skeptical about how this is all going to go down.
Yeah, it could be a bad thing, but then maybe, I guess because Nintendo had a report of how well they sold Amiibos, maybe now they're like, you know what? Maybe we should make a good amount on hand for the next wave.
Yeah,
that's my hopeful thing, my wishful thinking. Maybe they're like, you know what? We need to make sure we have a good amount because these things are selling. That's me hopefully, wishing well. So
I completely hope you're right.
At
this point, people are just going absolutely insane. I was at the Meta Knight launch. I got there about 30 minutes early, and a fight broke out at my Best Buy about who was there first. There was about 30 people there, and they had 9 Meta Knights in total. So, yeah, it's crazy to watch grown men fight over pieces of plastic, but I feel them.
I just don't get why a store as big as Best Buy would only have 9 on hand. That doesn't seem right to me.
I mean, they paid for the exclusive rights to carry that Amiibo too, so you would imagine at that point that they would just be flooded with these things. I know when Toys R Us had the Disney Infinity, they had a very special Toys R Us limited edition. There was shelves and shelves and shelves.
Yeah,
of those things.
And Walmart had a couple of Skylander exclusives too, and I remember seeing shelves and shelves of those too, and the Toys R Us exclusives too. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me why there's so little stock. To me, it seems like Nintendo didn't expect the Amiibos to take off so well, and now that they did, I think Wave 4 is gonna be a little bit more organized. Hopefully,
you heard it here first. We think Wave 4 is gonna be more organized. Hopefully,
yeah. So I better get my Pac-Man. That's all.
Oh, I know the feeling. Yeah, Pac-Man is gonna go right around here, I think. I already got the spot picked out for him.
That might be one. That might be one that I might actually have to open and play with. To be honest.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. It's just which ones do you open, which ones do you not.
Yeah, I noticed. I know this isn't a topic that we had, but I noticed Toys R Us. I don't know if they're still doing it, but if you bought the new Kirby game, they were giving away the Kirby one free.
Yeah, and I think when I went there to actually go pick a copy up, they said it was for pre-orders only. So I was kind of heartbroken because I was totally ready to get another Kirby's, but I bought one anyway, so I picked up another one.
Oh, I didn't see the fine print on that one. I thought that was nice, buy a game, get a Kirby.
Oh, totally. I mean, I think they're jam-packed with Kirby Amiibo, so they were probably ecstatic to get rid of some, but yeah, it's a nice deal. I'd like to see more of that come in the future with more games coming out.
Even though Mario Kart's kind of an old release, I bet you they're going to do a Mario Kart line of Amiibos.
And I'd buy them all.
Yeah.
Oh, those little cars would be great. So new 3DS XL came out. Majora's Mask Collector's Edition came out. I don't know how much you know. You probably don't know a lot about my collecting habits outside of Amiibo, but I'm a Zelda fanatic.
Oh, yeah.
Zelda's huge for me, so Majora's Mask, especially the limited edition getting announced, was massive for me. And the new 3DS XL I wanted more than anything.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of fans are just really upset with the whole prospect of the limited numbers that they had.
Yeah. And it's both disappointing, but then you go online on Facebook and you look at a group of collectors, and then I saw somebody with 6 of them in one picture. Like, look what I picked up today. And it's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
You needed to get 6, and I think that needs. I'm glad that Walmart's policing the gold Amiibo a little bit, but stores need to really start policing. From the looks of it, Best Buy and Target are not doing that. But seeing the Majora's Mask 3DS XLs going so quick, I wanted one, and I'm still kind of hoping, because I know the second I buy a regular one, I'm gonna find a Majora's Mask one.
Yeah.
I know it, and it's even the regular 3DS XL seems like it's kind of short stock right now. And then, the whole issue with the GameCube adapter on the Wii U, and the Smash Brothers bundle with the adapter. It's I don't know. Is it a good? I don't think it's a good sign that like maybe Nintendo's not having faith in its products anymore, or maybe they're causing a false demand for their products, and it's maybe they have a method to their madness. I don't know. I don't ever remember Nintendo having this many shortages growing up.
And I just think a lot of it was Nintendo was never as massively popular. I'd say from the GameCube era on.
Yeah.
I've been a Nintendo collector probably since I had my first part-time job, so pretty much right around the end of the Nintendo 64 cycle into the GameCube cycle. And I've never seen anything quite like this. This last year has been, I think, just a major disappointment for people wanting Nintendo products.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Wii U's out there, but getting a GameCube adapter shouldn't be this difficult.
Yeah, and then I've even heard already rumors with certain Wii U games already be coming out of print. Like Pikmin 3 is supposedly already considered kind of rare of a copy of a game for the Wii U. So it's like a lot of stuff that Nintendo is making is instantly becoming considered rare, and that's crazy because how can it be, something that's currently supposed to be sold?
Yeah, it's new. How is it rare?
Rolled wide, and it's already rare.
Same thing with Bayonetta 2. I was looking for a copy of that for my brother. I went to 3 stores. I could not find a physical copy of Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, and for a while I was seeing that everywhere. I would go to Walmart, see it, Target, see it. Now it's like, what's happening? I'm hoping Nintendo pulls a, hey guys, check it out before Christmas, because I mean we're almost halfway through the year. I mean, well, we're a couple months in the year, but at least by summertime, this shortages need to stop, in my opinion. I don't know if maybe they're just gearing up for a huge Nintendo takeover for this next year, because it's getting pretty crazy. And if Nintendo was smart, they would take advantage of this demand. They would. I mean, any kind of bundles. I mean, could you imagine a Majora's Mask bundle that came with a limited edition Amiibo with it?
Oh man,
or
don't do that to me.
like a Skull Kid Amiibo.
Yeah.
But make a bunch of them. Let everybody pay.
Yeah.
That's what, $200. I'm sure they're not gonna have trouble selling that.
So do you think this is Reggie's fault? Do you think this is a Nintendo of America thing? I know when I was going on, I subscribed to our Amiibo and I subscribed to like our Nintendo on Reddit. It seems like the Majora's Mask limited edition, like the Skull Kid figure, and the console was much more readily available overseas, in Europe, especially. So should we be putting the blame on Reggie?
I don't. That's a good question. I would say partly yes, because Nintendo of America made that decision, obviously, but I don't think it's without reason. I think they saw how, I guess, little the Wii U performed.
Yeah.
Basically, the only thing up until Amiibos came out that was selling good was the 3DS, and I think it was justified. But now I think everything seems disorganized because now they're trying to figure out what the heck they need to do. Who knows? I think Nintendo has a method to their madness.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be all right, but
they're a 100-year-old company. They know what they're doing.
I hope they do not keep the shortage of games and merchandise and gaming related paraphernalia. I guess that's what you could call it. Yeah. I hope they're not replacing Amiibos entirely with cards. As soon as I read that news, I was kind of disappointed. I hate that they discontinue stuff as much as that sucks. Like, the 3DS models, I have a discontinued model because it was like the aqua blue shiny one, and it seems like they, with handhelds too, I'm scared to get a new Nintendo 3DS XL because what are they going to have in a year from now? Are they gonna have a different system, or it's kind of iffy. But I'm 100% Nintendo. I have a feeling they're gonna get their act together with shortages in the next 6 months.
Yeah, I'd like to hope so too. And I can't stay mad at Reggie anyway. I mean, he's way too adorable.
Yeah, he's awesome. They need to use him more.
A Reggie Amiibo would be fantastic.
That would.
But yeah, that kind of moves us into just the whole card-based system. So they announced at their investor meeting that they are in fact going to be rolling out cards later at some point this year. So I have younger brothers who are into Skylanders and into Disney Infinity. So it doesn't scare me that they are going to be bringing cards out, only because I see like the power discs that Infinity has and the little supplements you can get for Skylanders. So what's your idea of what these cards are going to be? Are they going to be like something like supplemental for the game, or do you think they're actually going to fully take over where the figures are now?
I hope that they're not going to fully take over the figures, even though I feel that that's what's going to happen. But when we mentioned Pokemon before, that seems like the perfect game to have cards, because Pokemon trading cards are already a big hit. If they had Pokemon Amiibo cards with all the, Pokemon characters and types, and just basically had it like the trading game.
Yeah.
With the 3DS, kids carry around their 3DS everywhere. I think it could be something similar to what they had on the Kid Icarus Uprising game with the AR cards.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I could see them doing something like that with Pokemon Amiibo cards, or even Amiibos in general. I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
I do see them also making I hope they would make it supplemental, where maybe it's a game. Like, you scan the card and, maybe, using your 3DS of the level, like the AR games that they had, where something pops up and you could place your Amiibo on it, or take pictures with your Amiibo, like some kind of overlay comes out. Or even with the Wii U gamepad, I mean, it has a camera on it. I could see them doing stuff like that, the augmented reality type of stuff. So who knows? I think there's all sorts of stuff they could do with it, but I hope they don't go the easy way and just replace Amiibos with cards.
I just can't see it happening. I mean, this has been the biggest cash cow I've seen it for Nintendo in probably the 10 years that I've been very heavily collecting.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody in their right mind and like Nintendo's board of directors would ever propose to removing the figures from lineup. I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I never think that they're actually going to say, okay, this figure's retired, here's a card for it. I think we're going to see some really interesting things. I think Zelda, the new Zelda for Wii U, we're going to see something like maybe tap it and you get a red fairy or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of skeptical about that too, because I'm a Zelda purist and that would kind of destroy me a bit. I'd get used to it. But I think that's where we're going to start seeing a lot of these things, maybe in a more sandboxed base game. There was a rumor for a bit that the next Skylander game that's coming out, for at least the Wii U, is going to have some sort of Amiibo support, like interchangeably with the Skylanders figures. Big rumor, but who knows? I'm sure Nintendo at some point is going to be coming out with their own sandbox game.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we might see more of a use for those cards too.
Yeah, that Skylander rumor is actually intriguing. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Heartbeat. I mean, you're going to bring in a group of people that never would have played Skylanders in their life, and you're going to just introduce them all at once. Because I think everybody I know that collects Amiibo would pick that up in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I'm praying the cards don't replace them, though. So
yeah,
I think the Nintendo gods need to hear us out.
I think they're hearing us. I think they hear us. I think they're hearing us with pretty much the money that we're throwing at them for these figures at this point. So for the cards, are you thinking too that it's going to end up being more just like a blind bag, kind of just like a pack of standard trading cards? You don't know what you're going to get?
Yeah, I think it's going to be basically you just go to the store, pick up a pack of 10.
Yeah.
And you might, and that's also why I don't think they're going to replace Amiibos entirely, because what are you going to do? Buy a pack of 10 and what do you end up with 3 of a Kirby Amiibo?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that.
The cards are going to make me go broke.
Yeah, and it's been a while since I've collected cards of any kind, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I think the only other piece that we wanted to talk about, at least at some point tonight, was just the retail exclusives in general. So we touched on that a bit throughout this entire thing. But we had Meta Knight, Rosalina, Shulk, and Lucario all come out in a very brief period of time. I saw your video where you went to hunt for Meta Knight. Did you ever end up picking up any of the retail exclusives?
No, I tried to use a SKU tracker, and with Rosalina, supposedly the day that when it was released, they were in stock everywhere. So I went to the one just literally like I could walk there, and they said they were out. And I was like, okay, I can understand. It's an exclusive figure.
Yeah.
So then I went back a couple days later, and the little SKU tracker still said there was 3 Rosalinas there. And then there was 3 on another side of town. So I went to this one first, and the guy's like, nope, we're all out. And I was like, are you sure? There's none in the back. It's, it says there's 3 on stock. And he's like, yeah, we're sure. It's just not updated in real time. And I'm like, I don't know. This thing seems like it updates pretty good.
Yeah.
So I went to the one on the other side of town, and the same thing happened, except they had a sign actually where the Amiibos were saying, oh, everything's sold out. And I was just disappointed. And I wanted to check behind the counter too. And, I wanted to be like, look, are y'all holding them?
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, it's not. And that's where I started to get the suspicion that I think store employees are doing that. I think they're holding on to it, or they're calling dibs and placing them to the side, or buying them up and trying to trade them. Because we think about it, you're working like if I was a employee at a store, making barely above minimum wage, and there's a stock of Amiibos that are retailing for hundreds of dollars, I'm going to buy them and go on eBay and sell them. I personally wouldn't. But, I could see the reasoning behind that. I never saw Lucario at all. Like, I completely missed that out. Shulk, I tried to do the same exact thing with Rosalina. I actually had a buddy that worked at a GameStop, because he's a GameStop exclusive, right?
Sure, yeah.
He said the second that they opened, they just like that.
Yeah.
Like, in a heartbeat. Meta Night, same thing. Best Buy opened, and I was less than 5 minutes away from a Best Buy. Yeah. But I actually ran out of work without telling anybody. Like, I left work.
Nice.
Because according to BestBuy.com, that Best Buy had stock.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was driving there, I was on the phone with somebody, trying to get a hold of somebody. Nobody picked up. When I got there, I asked the person in the entrance. They said they were completely sold out already, but I didn't want to just walk right up. So I went straight to the back, and I moved every single thing around. If it was a game, if it was, accessories, I went to the CD. I went to every aisle in that store and made sure that nobody hit anything. I was like, you never know. Maybe somebody hit it underneath some kind of keyboard or some, something in the store. But I struck out again. And I hate that it's seeming like you either got to get there hours before they open, or you got to pre-order. I've never been a big pre-ordering guy, unless it's like a Legend of Zelda game. Like, I pre-ordered Wind Waker when it had the bundle with 2 years of Nintendo Power and the collector's DVD and the strategy guide. And I was like, you know what? That's something. But to pre-order a toy, man, I've never heard of that before. I've never heard, oh, let's pre-order a toy. Like, I've never had to pre-order a Ninja Turtle or pre-order a Power Ranger toy. But, for an Amiibo, you pre-order it. It's ridiculous. And it's trying to do the hunting stuff, it makes it frustrating. It's fun still, though. Like, I had fun because I did record some footage for the Meta Night, but I'm probably not going to show it. But it was me, like, leaving work, saying, I'm leaving work right now. I'm going to go find it. Yeah. Wish me luck. And the whole time I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be great if it's there. And I was just going to buy one. It's funny, when I bought the Sonic the Hedgehog, actually, the person at the register was like, so you just want one? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, are you sure? And I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, nah. I thought about, maybe getting a second one. But I was like, no, you know what, dude? Somebody wants this. Yeah, somebody wants this Sonic, and they deserve it. So, I just wish, there was more stock of stuff. But these Wave 3s were, if you blinked, you missed them. Yeah. And, I don't even remember seeing any of Wave 2 in stores either. The only ones I ever run into are the Kirby, and then, of course, the Mario, Luigi, Pikachu, Zelda, Princess, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong. Those are the only ones I ever see in the stores. I'm still trying to get a Fox McCloud, but,
And that's rare now, too. Anytime we post that, they're gone in 5-10 minutes. So, Fox. Why Fox? No idea.
I don't know, and it's weird because all these characters that are becoming rare are not even like. Usually, half of them aren't even like the popular characters. Yeah. You know, like really, Wii Fit Trainer. Who thought that would become? Who thought that one would become a in demand one? Or half the people I know don't even know who Shulk is, but you know they're after that Amiibo.
They have to have it.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of it has to do with the retail exclusive portion of it. Like, I think they see it as just extra rare, and that's where I think that this whole retail exclusive thing was just a massive failure across the board. Yeah. You'd think that if Target and GameStop, Toys R Us, and Best Buy paid this money to have this retail exclusive product, that they'd want to have just their walls lined with this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you can only get this here. And the fact that these are by far the 4 most difficult ones to find just kind of baffles me. And there's been rumors about the reason why Wave 4 is as delayed as it is here in the US is because they're still working out retail exclusive agreements with other stores.
Oh, wow.
So again, these are all rumors at this point, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense. And it scares me because I'd like to just go on Amazon and just say, I want all of them, ship them to my house. I'll sleep in on Sunday instead of waking up at 5 a.m. in -5-degree weather to get these things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the exclusives were kind of a failure in general.
And, you know, the whole idea of, you know, I've heard rumor that it's one and done. Like they only got one shipment of each of those exclusives. Is that how true is that?
So Toys R Us got a second wave of Lucario. My Toys R Us had one extra Lucario for the entire store if you didn't pre-order. About a week later, they had a second wave come in. They didn't tell anybody. They were on shelves for about 2 days, at least by me, because nobody knew they were there. And they took them off their website, so you can't even track it. But yeah, with Shulk, they had one wave and it was done. I know GameStop recently put up a second wave on their website that's coming out on May 30th, I believe. I think just in time for Xenoblade Chronicles 3D to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I have not seen one extra Rosalina at a Target.
Yeah, I heard I heard Rosalina was completely never coming back, and I hope that's not true.
Yeah, I mean, there's rumors too that there's going to be a Mario Bros. Like version of Rosalina for when Mario Party 10 launches or shortly after. So I wouldn't be shocked if that happens. But yeah, they need to bring her back. I think she's by far like one of my favorite looking, coolest looking Amiibo by far. So
yeah, and Meta Knight, who knows?
Only time is going to tell with these things.
Yeah. It's and Wave 4, which ones are going to be are any of them going to be exclusives, or
they haven't announced anything yet? I'm hoping none of them are going to be exclusive, but
I'm
bracing myself for when that happens.
And
there's not a lot of them either, so I mean, I can't imagine they're going to have 4 out of, I think there's 6 coming in Wave 4. I can't imagine they're going to have 4 out of 6 be exclusives, but I wouldn't put it past them.
Who knows? And which one? It's Pac-Man, Ness.
Yep, Lucina. Who else do we have? Oh, man. Robin from Fire Emblem. Charizard and Wario.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm missing one.
And it seems like all of those are all going to be hard to find for some reason.
Yeah.
For one reason or another, because, you know, the Lucine, she's from Fire Emblem.
Yep.
Marth was already hard to find, so that's going to be rare by association. The Pokemon one, just because it's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wario, I think he might be the most common one.
Wario's gonna just be everywhere. I'm gonna walk into a store and greeted with 100 Wario.
I could see when finally the other ones like Rob the Robot and Duck Hunt Dog. I could see those being hard to find. For
God
whatever
help
reason.
Us all.
I know. Who knows, man? Hopefully Nintendo's like, here's 1 million Amiibos for America. Enjoy. I hope they do that.
Put a petition out for that or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've cruised through all of our topics already. So this is interesting. I mean, this is our very first episode of this cast. We're going to be breaking this up into smaller pieces, and we're also going to be putting an audio podcast out more than likely sometime later this week.
Cool.
But yeah, honestly, it was a blast to talk to you. So what are you doing right now? So, I mean, I know I've seen your show.
Yeah.
I've seen your podcast. Do you want to tell everybody, not your podcast, your Amiibo hunting show? Do you want to tell everybody what you're doing currently?
I'm going to try to do the Amiibo hunting videos at least you'll guaranteed one every 2 weeks at least. There might be one weekly. I did the first 3 weekly. I'm waiting till next week, maybe Monday, whenever first week in March. Let's say that because I don't know when this is going to air, but I'm going to have the 4th episode, and then I have a 5th one already, and then from there I'm probably going to film. I might go game hunting and Amiibo hunting this weekend.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll have some more footage. I'm planning on doing that. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit though, and actually have, I guess, Amiibo-based series that just aren't about hunting. Maybe, you know, go back to, I guess, talking about them, or just maybe news related. Who knows? They do seem that they're kicking off pretty good on my channel, as far as, you know, audience retention and people checking them out.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, those are going to become a focus of my channel. I'm going to go back to going to the older game reviews, since I have the 25 to 34 age demographic. So I'm going to go back to those. I have been doing Wii U reviews and Wii U independent game reviews.
Yeah.
Because nobody else really does them. I like the Wii U, and I don't think it gets enough credit. And I'm hoping one day when the Wii U is popular, that when people go onto YouTube, my video is going to be the ones, because I was one of the only ones that did it. But no, I like to have a lot of fun with it. I'm a Nintendo guy through thick and thin. People want to check out the channel. I try to reply to comments. I try to talk to people as much as possible. Don't take anything that I do serious on there. I like to just have fun, and I'm a big troll a lot of the times. And yeah, so you're more than welcome to come and check it out if you're listening to this or watching this, or if you know, see me on anything about me on the Amiibo News website, then go ahead and check it out.
It's a good series. I've been keeping up with it. It's a good series.
Yeah. And I've seen a couple other Amiibo hunting videos too, but you never see when people fail. And that's why I had 2 episodes in a row where I looked for Rosalina and I didn't get anything, because I wanted people to see this, you know, like as real as it gets, you know, oh, I'm so happy that I'm going and I'm going to find one, and then you don't. And I want to give that little peak, because I don't think anybody does that really that much.
Everybody's way too ashamed of it when they fail, so they just say, they delete the video and they just say, screw it, I'm not airing this. So
so
you're keeping them honest.
Yep. And hopefully, you know what, I feel it in me that my wallet's itching a little bit tomorrow, so I might go hunting for a little bit. But the one that like, out of the ones that aren't store exclusives, Fox is the one that I really want right now, and I'm probably not going to find them anywhere at this moment.
Oh, you got this. You can find them. I think GameStop's just got a new shipment of Fox in. So
my buddy did contact me and said that his GameStop, because he actually is a GameStop employee, he said they're supposed to be getting Mega Man in, and they didn't get them in today. And I'm like, dude, you better not be keeping them on hold for yourself. You let me know. Give me one at least. So maybe I'll have a Mega Man this weekend. That was another one that I wanted.
I'm crossing my fingers for you.
Yeah. So
well, that's awesome. So honestly, thank you for coming on. We're going to be making this a weekly occurrence when we're going to be doing our podcast. We're going to have new guests on. We'd love to have you back at some point.
Definitely.
Yeah, honestly, thank you, 8-Bit Eric. This was fantastic, and we'll be back next week for another episode.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.